I was 105 kilograms. Then I lost weight, and I got to 93 kilograms. Now I am back to 105 kilograms, being not in my best shape. Here's the question. How do I deal with the setback and gain energy and dedication to go below 93 kilograms again?
Well, I feel like in general, a lot of times like weight loss is kind of one of those, like you have to evaluate like, why do you want to be less than 93 or at 93? Like what are you looking to gain by being there? Because like, unless you can actually figure out what it is that you're working toward and why, a lot of times you'll be in yo-yo mode, and you know you'll try all the tactics to get there. You'll get there, and then you'll loosen up the tactics, and it'll you'll go back. I've been there. I've done that.
You've been there. You've done that.
Yeah.
What was your highest weight, Drew?
Well, so my highest weight was actually 2 years ago. I was 250.
250. How tall are you?
I'm 6'3".
That's pretty big then.
Yeah. So
I mean, it's not giant, but
I have exhibited like the yo-yo lifestyle all the way from high school. Mm-hmm. So high school, marching band. I was a marching band person. Marching band did that thing. I average in high school between 160 and 180 is kind of like where I fluctuated between.
160 to 180, and you went up to 250.
Well, 250. Like I didn't get to there until like when you're traveling 50% of the time, and you're basically at a cubicle all day, every day. Weight has always never been like super high on my priority list. Mm-hmm. Like it's, you go through your day to day, and next thing you know, you go from being 200 to 210 to 220 to 250. And it just kind of, I did that for 3.5 years. I've now stabilized. I'm now like, I've been at 230 for the last year, pretty stable. Mm-hmm. I haven't necessarily focused on it, but I have simplified like what I eat. And that is kind of what's gotten me to where I'm at.
All right.
So,
yeah, I think not judging yourself for being so far behind.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you used to be X and something happened and you slid, whether it was some giant, traumatic event or just things like COVID, and you fell off your routine or whatever, and suddenly 2 pounds turn into 5, turn into 20, turn into 40, turn into whatever, right? So it's not looking back at, I used to be so good, and now it's this giant mountain to climb for me to get anywhere close. Instead, just focus on what you got in front of you. Like between today and next, what is today? Thursday? What can you do between now and next Thursday? And if you lose 2 pounds, that's a great start. Start focusing on the small wins. Whenever you have some giant, whether it's weight or business or anything, you got some giant perceived obstacle in front of you, you break it down so that you get momentum. And then it becomes not as scary.
Yeah, and I would say like start small. Like I have always found like whenever I'm kind of in that like, hey, I feel like I need to lose some weight. Typically what I will do is I will pick one thing rather than saying, oh, I got to start this diet and start working out and all this thing. It's like, no, just one thing. How do I keep it simple? Because as you add complexity, you get to a point where like it just, you dis-incentivize yourself in a way.
So there you go. I hope that helped. The heaviest I weighed was when I was on my tour. And what did I weigh? 209? I don't know, something like that. I broke my neck and I couldn't move, and it took a while to get back down to normal, but that's the process. Like one step at a time. You do what you can with what you got. So what can you do between now and next week?
How tall are you?
I am 6'1".
Okay.
I used to be 6'2". I think I shrunk.
Yeah, I think technically, according to my license, I'm 6'2". So.
And you grew? You grew to 6'3" now?
No, 6'3", like 6'3" is the tallest I've ever been. I think technically speaking, if you look at my, it's like once you hit a certain height, you just kind of like make the blanket assumption like that's what I am. I don't know.
So I've been as high as, I want to say 209. I could have been higher. I don't know. Not a lot higher. Not like 230 or something, but 209 to 212 or something, let's say, in that range. What am I now? I'm 183, 184, somewhere in there. So that was pretty significant. What is that? 180. Oh, what a missed ultimate. Is that 30 pounds? 180, almost. Yeah.
Almost. Yeah.
30-ish pounds. So it was 30-ish pounds heavier. In high school, I was underweight. I was 160. Like at the low end of the healthy. I remember the cereal boxes always showed the BMI for your height and the weight where you're supposed to be. And I was just on the edge of like underweight. It was impossible to put on weight. And then as you get older, it gets easier to put on weight.
Go figure. It's funny how that works.
But with keto and everything else, it's been a lot easier to drop it.
Backstory is that I once made the decision to lose weight, so I started implementing low carb, tracking calories, doing exercise, and going to walk every day. And I lost a significant amount of weight. Then I got a job as a cashier. I began to once again spending money on food delivery service. I want to get better because I even once was able to do at least 15 push-ups even 25.
Wow. How many push-ups can you do, Drew?
It has been a while since I've like actively tried to do push-ups.
I was getting up to 100 a day in 50 increments. So I could go 50 push-ups.
Yeah,
once.
my passive working out of choice is I've got a kettlebell in my room, and I'll do like kettlebell squats and lifts.
So I'm reading Obesity Code, Jason Fung.
Yep.
And one of the key arguments there is against snacking.
Yeah.
Not just the sugary foods, but the timing of the day and the not just theory, but the kind of papers, the studies showing that the when you eat has twice as big an impact on you as what you eat, which sounds crazy.
Yeah, because basically what it boils down to is you're if you are constantly eating, you're basically creating an insulin response, and that insulin response is ultimately what is causing your body to store fat, and what ultimately keeps it there. So,
yeah, that if you eat, you spike your insulin, and if you don't let it drop back down, then you're going to gain a whole bunch of weight. So, no snacking.
yeah,
Ever.
No.
Just stop snacking. You want to lose weight? Stop snacking. Even a healthy snack, even like apples. Nope. Just sit down and have a meal, and that's what you focus on.